Oh, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. It's Sunday, it's the day after, champions of the FA Cup. This is Ole Talk. I know we have been missing for a little while, but we're going to get things, back in a gear. I'm, of course, your host, Robert Wallace. I am less, um, I have less hazardous opinions these days, I'm not more calm. You know what I mean? But I'll leave that for my guest, Courtney Andrews. How you doing, sir?
I just cool, Robert. So how are you?
Well, I'm there anyway. I'm just happy that we won a cup. You know, I did call it. I did say 2-1. I just had a vibe because throughout the season,
Mm.
every time we were told that we were gonna get smashed by a team, be it Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, it just never happened. It never came about. We
Yeah, and
made mhm,
the
you know
teams that we were supposed to smash, we
yeah,
got smashed from them. But
exactly. You
we
know,
gonna leave that on the side.
yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, man. But other than that, I am happy, man. Other than that, I am happy.
Yeah,
But
all right, all right.
but this is our season review. We were just looking back on this season, looking back how things turned out, how things were. We will discuss the highs of the season, the lows of the season, the dredges of the season, because we had a real dredges this season. You know, who in cause who fans going against who, Ten Hag out, Ten Hag in, Bruno in to Bruno out. I mean, it's so much to talk about. But we will start on a high.
Mm.
Yesterday, we won the FA Cup. We beat Man City 2-1. Garnacho, Kobe Menu scoring. We beat City. We are FA Cup champions. I mean, certainly, did you see this coming?
Um, if I'm being honest, no, I didn't. I I didn't expect us to win. Um, I expected that we would put a good foot forward, but I really didn't expect us to win. Um, but it was a delightful thing to see where, for the first time, I can honestly say for the season that I saw the squad play together.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
saw, when Bruno was leading the press, Garnacho and Rashford were right there with him. They were closing the spaces. They kept it tight. For the first time, Amrabat actually, he didn't have a great game, but he didn't look as a defensive liability.
Mm, 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 mm,
The defense, the centre back partnership looked stable. Wan-Bissaka had a hell of a game. I think that was his best game for the season.
mm.
You know, Dalo did the things that Dalo does. So all in all, we kept it tight. We followed the game plan, and thankfully it worked out for us in our favor.
Yes, yeah. I mean, definitely because now I didn't see the game personally. I was able to watch the highlights. I mean, afterwards. You know, um,
Hmm.
just so people know. I mean, I had an appointment with the doctor the morning. I was gonna watch the game. And I said,
Hmm.
you know what? No. I saw it was 1-0. I said no. 2-0. I said, you know what? I can't watch the game because I cannot ruin the juju. Whatever juju there was in the game, I couldn't ruin it. You know what I mean? I know Devin had no hats. Certain people wasn't saying. I saw a guy, he didn't brush his teeth yet. Next guy didn't bathe yet. So I could not put on the game and ruin the juju. And thank God I didn't. We won. You know? Um, you're laughing, but dog, this is a serious thing,
No, no, I get it. I understand.
Because
I understand.
a certain man from France, number 6, put a voodoo on this club since he left. And
Sir, sir, I have no court clothes, sir. Please
I just did.
refrain from making those sort of allegations. Right?
I just did. No allegations. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No allegations.
Hmm.
But But from what I saw from the highlights, I mean, we look very compact. You know, I like the fact that, like you said, right, we played as a team. From what I heard everyone say, because I mean, I was going through the WhatsApp group, I was going through different YouTube channels, and all fans said the same thing. The team played as a team. They all played for each other. There was no one person that didn't pull their weight. From Onana to um to Martinez, Varane, Lindelof. I mean, I remember like you said, um, and from what I understand, I mean, he's not no saint of my devotion,
Hmm.
but Bruno Fernandez, from what I saw, had a really good game. That pass to Mino for the goal. I mean, I don't know how many other people would make that pass, but he
No,
did it.
people would have hit that one time.
And to me, I am not seeing the I'm not seeing anybody on TV, because if that was De Bruyne, or now so it's still up on Instagram, that amazing pass by De Bruyne, but because it's Bruno, all of a sudden it don't mean much, you know.
I wouldn't say that. The pundits have given him fair credit. I think the problem people just have with Bruno is he plays with his emotions on his sleeve.
Mhm.
So, people generally have a tendency to say, he always complaining, he always arguing, he throwing up his hands in the air, but that's just the person and the passion that comes out when he's playing. You know,
Mhm.
I don't think you should knock him for that. And he's not that old school type of captain that a lot of people expect him to be.
Mhm.
In the likes of the Roy Keanes and the Mark Hughes, you know, those types of people.
Yeah.
He's a very emotional person.
Mhm.
And look, that's the modern game. It is what it is. We just had to accept it and press on.
Well, yes, yeah, definitely. And I have to say, even with Man City, um, I don't know if you realize this, but this whole season, you know, um, Man City really has not been playing to their full potential. I don't know if it was the loss of Gundogan and Mahrez that took something from the team. I don't know if it was they won a treble and they had no idea how to get back. 'Cause it's very hard, right, to win a championship. But it's even harder to retain it. You
Yeah,
know, So I
no,
don't
but
know. Yeah.
remember Sir Alex spoke about this
Hmm.
years ago after they won the 99 treble. He
Hmm.
said it was one of the hardest things to motivate that team to try to repeat it.
Hmm.
And he had to break up the team
Yes.
to make men realize, hey, yeah, we need to do something. We need to get back to winning ways. Now, luckily for City, they won the Premiership.
Yeah.
But if you look at their Champions League form, they didn't play that. They didn't play well in that game against. I think it was Madrid.
Yeah. Real Madrid.
Was
Yeah.
it? Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't. Madrid came and played all over them. They didn't look like City of last year.
No.
So
No.
Pep, for the most part, if he stays, because I see an article just now that says he might leave,
Hmm.
if not the end of the season, the end of next season.
Hmm.
He has a rebuilding job to do where
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
has to get rid of some players,
Hmm.
but some people have gotten complacent. I
Yeah.
remember when Ruben Diaz was the first name on the team sheet,
No. No. Yeah. Hmm.
right? And he will then have to refresh his squad, go out on the market, spend some money, and come back again next year. I expect all the top teams in England, Liverpool, City, Newcastle, Spurs, even down to Aston Villa, to go out in the market, strengthen their squads, and come back fighting. The question is now, what is Ineos and Sir Jim Radcliffe going to give, in my hope, Ten Hag or the next coach who comes in order for us to compete? because we know based on this year's season that we can't compete. For
Yeah.
whatever reason, our bench isn't as deep as we think it is,
No.
and we need to get some of that dead weight out of that squad. Luckily, I think the last thing I heard is that with the number of people who are leaving on freeze and could be possibly sold, we freeing up about £500,000 on the wage bill between
Right.
Varane, Casemiro if he leaves,
Mm-hmm.
Sancho if he leaves,
Mm-hmm.
Martial, and a couple other people, about 5 or 6 people. So if we
Mm-hmm.
could get them out and get that off our wage bill, it would give us some freedom to bring in some young, hungry players, and start to create a squad that could compete. But my question to you, Robert, you
Right.
think Ten Hag staying?
Um, I I'm not sure. I mean, I most of me thinks that he would
Hmm.
because um I don't think they would. I guess disrupt. I think I don't think they want to disrupt too much of what going on. I do believe that they want to replace him. I do believe
Hmm.
that because when you bring in new ownerships and new management, they tend to want to get rid of the old to bring in their own people. So I do believe
Right.
that they want to bring in their own person to to run the club. But
Hmm.
I think winning the FA Cup
Hmm.
gave Ten Hag a lot of goodwill. I
Hmm.
think they would think a few more times before they make a decision. And I think a lot of it may depend also, I guess, on fan reaction. I guess, and again, the fact that he won the FA Cup, like the fans who were Ten Hag in are even more in. The people who are on the fence would more lean towards, okay, you know what, you won a trophy again, Ten Hag in. The guys who are Ten Hag out, I don't think you could save them. But I think if you can kind of convert the guys who are on the fence to Ten Hag in, I think Ineos would more likely keep him, or even maybe give him until December. No,
Hmm.
they won't give him money. I think they will give him a very very small budget because I don't
But then
think they would trust him
yeah,
that
but
much.
then again, so
You're
if
going
we
back in
look
the
at
same cycle, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, the difference is, I just to expand a little bit on your point, right? You're saying they're not going to give him much money. But now you have a technical director in play, you have a head of football operations, you have all these people that you've now put above him
Mm-hmm.
to deal with the transfer dealings and the money matters.
Mm-hmm.
So is it really and truly fair to say that Ole not going to back him?
Well,
Because the technical director is there to impart the overall vision of the club and buy
mm-hmm.
players who represent the style and the pattern of what we think should be in the club.
Mm-hmm.
That nothing, it has the coach has some say in it, but ultimately he's the technical director.
Correct.
So how are
Correct.
you going to how are you going to not back him? Because even if you're bringing a new coach in December, like you say, you gain some goodwill, and you're bringing somebody in December, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had to bring that person on that plan. So
Yes.
you would have had to put in the pieces in place for that person to be able to function. And the
Mm-hmm.
only time you can do that is during a transfer window.
Yes. Yeah. Correct. Correct.
So
Correct.
you had to back the man. Whether or not he's going to be here for the entire season next year is a moot point. We
Mm-hmm.
have to put structures in place for whoever is sitting down in that chair.
Mm-hmm.
The
Correct.
question is, are we going to do it? I saw an
Right.
interesting piece this week where they said ever since the Ineos takeover for Nice, Nice has not placed in the top four in the French league. They've
Mm-hmm.
been floating between sixth and ninth.
Right.
So while we are glad that the Glazers are no longer the determining factor for football operations, we
Mm-hmm.
also have to be very mindful that Ineos don't really have a good track record. You know?
No, 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 no. No, they don't. No, to me, it's just hope. I think it's a lot of hope. I mean, I personally, I don't. I am not. I'm not. I'm not sold on them as yet. I think
Mm,
the fact that they can't make a decision on Ten Hag up to now, because okay, it's like it's like if you bought the club, you would know in your mind, you know what, Ten Hag can't stay, and if you would hire people who you can work with, and if you know that you can't work with Ten Hag, then my thing is, why is Lag here? I say just
well,
fire him. Or at least say, you know, we are here now. Ten Hag will be here until the FA Cup final, and after that, you're gone. Or say we will keep him and give the man, you know, the the thing. But to me, they are being very indecisive, which I don't like
mm,
because they were very because before they had Barada came in, it was very decisive. They knew, okay, we're getting this guy, we're getting this guy, we're getting this guy, and they were very, very,
well, remember
um,
they also have a stumbling block with Newcastle because of is I think it's Dan Wilcox. Is that
yeah,
yeah, I think it's Dan Wilcox. And his and the garden leave and the back and all that going on with
yeah,
them
yeah.
and they don't want to pay off
Mm.
Newcastle. In my mind, just get every money and
Right,
Paul George.
right. But at least my thing is, at least they knew, okay, that he's the guy. They knew that he
Mm.
was the guy. They knew he was the guy. He was the guy. He was the guy. But they have to know that Ten Hag is the guy or not. I mean, you can't tell them that they don't know. They have to know.
Well, I think they didn't they honestly thought that they could have discreetly spoken to other managers
Right.
and everybody would have kept it hush hush and nobody would have said nothing.
What? In this day and age, if
No,
you go, right?
look.
If you
Mm,
could
mm,
go in Central, and I
mm,
see you in Central with some person, it could be who. I'll
mm.
post up and say, look, Courtney with some next man woman. I'll put you up on that site on Facebook. Is this your man? I'll post you up. Is internet? No, come on, man. Is the internet? Come on, man. It is the internet. It's the internet.
Mm,
Everything is outside. You can't expect, to me, in this day and age, there are no more secrets. If
mm.
I come and talk to you, I guarantee before I even hang on the phone, at least five people must know that I spoke to Kurt. They must know. You understand? They must
Yeah,
know. Especially
I,
in the football world. Okay,
yeah.
and it's like okay, like, it's like if I am Sir German and I call you, I say, look, Courtney, I want to bring you in as director of football. When Fabrizio Romano come and call you and say, Courtney, what was that phone call about? Would you, Courtney, go and keep it to yourself? Or you go and say Fabrizio,
No, well, my professional ethics will say, no
no,
comment.
if Fabrizio, you come and say, hey, here we go, It's Fabrizio. You can't tell the
No,
man no?
yeah, of course I can tell him no.
Why?
But again,
Uh,
I am under no obligation to answer Fabrizio's questions,
mm-hmm.
honestly.
Right.
But at the same time, too, I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the mess that they made with this whole trying to recruit a new manager and not making a decision on Ten Hag. Now
Mm-hmm.
that he's won the FA Cup,
Right.
they in a monkey pants. They can't exactly fire him
No.
because the mistake that the Glazers made, and they got serious backlash for it when Louis Van Gaal was fired after he won the FA Cup.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They don't want a repeat of that.
No. No. No, they don't. And the thing is that you could see we got most of the team back, and you saw the
Mm,
performance. You saw like in our last couple of games, you're getting the team back slowly but surely, and the performances raised for every game. And
yeah.
the final showed okay, this is more or less his first squad, more or less, and we
Like
beat yeah
barring Casemiro and
yeah
Hoyland, maybe.
right. Hmm.
And Casemiro's had a horrible season.
Exactly. You know.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's been playing injured.
Hmm.
I don't think he's lost his legs. I think he's been playing injured and
Hmm.
trying to battle through.
Yeah, yeah. Because I can't see a person like him just going from one season just to absolute, you know. And then two,
Yeah,
remember you're playing at a lone CDM, which you never had before, and you're old now. So it's like if it was Casemiro of 25, 26 years old, you could say, no,
mhm.
go and do that. But when you have been playing in a position where you have always had support, you know, and now you're being told at almost 30 years old, hey, we need you to cover all this grass. It's kind of, unfair.
And he's not Kante.
No, you
He's not
understand?
Kante.
And then you want him to go and play centre back, right back, all
Well,
these other weird things.
yeah.
But, you
But
know,
I gave them till Friday.
mm,
If we don't see any news by Friday, I'm going to go under the assumption that they're keeping him.
all right, all right.
Because I think
But,
a week is more than enough time for them to have whatever discussions they needed to have. Because we have the thing about us having a successful season next season is getting deals done as early as possible.
mm, mm,
Not in the middle of the not in the middle of the window, not to the end. In this first 2.5, 3 weeks, we must get the majority of our work done.
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. I
You
mean,
know,
and that'll be a huge step in the right direction because we love to wait till the last minute. You know that.
Mhm.
But let me go through some of these comments here. Chad Lion saying, "What are the lotto numbers? If I knew that, would I be here? No, I'll be in a pizza right now. Get on board. You have seen it everywhere. You understand? So no, I don't know it. No, unfortunately, no. Martin Phillips. Hey, Martin Phillips, the only Man Steel fan that I know. He's the only one that I know. He's the only one that I know. Martin, how are you
Mm.
doing? I mean, I guess it's not that bad because going from you only lost the Premier League. Sorry, you only lost the FA Cup because you won the Premier League more or less. Not easy, but how did you Martin feel about your season? I mean, let us know like how you felt. Um, try to say what does that say for how we play? Oh, okay. I am confused about this
I probably it's probably one of the comments that I made earlier.
one. Yeah.
Where I said, well, in response to that, I think I know where the context he's coming from. Because I said, we actually played as a team during the final.
All right.
Look, one of the things that I've said for the entirety of the season is, for whatever reason, the team did not look cohesive.
Mm-hmm.
The times that we have looked semi-cohesive are all the times when Martinez has played.
Yep.
I think there's some dead weight in that squad that they really need to get rid of. Some players who need to be moved on. Some players who need to decide if they want to stay at the club or if they want to leave. And once you trim down that excess fat, you're going to start to see the players who really want to play. It's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Granted that the Sancho situation and all the other things that happened outside
All right.
had some factors to play in it. But I've always been a type of person that says, if you don't want to be here, you don't want to play for the badge, you are free to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had a lot of players over the last 10 years, come sit down on the bench, collect their money,
Yeah.
and they're cool. And on the only thing that we knock Harry Maguire, and we give
People know
Harry
it. Yeah.
Maguire pledge stick. Harry Maguire, for all intents and purposes, came in, lost his place, sat on the bench, worked hard in training, and came back and proved to everybody that he was still a good central defender,
Yeah, yeah.
and he still deserved to play in this current Manchester United squad.
Mm,
And that's all I ask.
yeah.
When they fight for your place.
Mm,
And there were a lot of players this season that didn't do that.
mm, true. Let's see. Martin Phillips says, congratulations to Manchester United. Thank you very much. Is this the funny part of the show? Um, Not yet. Don't worry, coming. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming. Mark Lewis. Good afternoon, Mark Lewis. How are you doing? Um, Robert, with the present set of managers on the market, are, are there any managers who can walk into that team and make an impact? Um, I would say I would say no, because I don't think that there are any managers out there that could just come into this club as it is right now. Because I don't think even our current structure above manager is set as yet. I think it will take for the I think the back has to get properly put in place first between the owners, director of football, transfers, medical staff. I think once the club itself is in a good place, to get a manager to come in to get the players, like you were saying, a good director of football won't need a manager. They will know players that they're looking for. They will know the kind of quality that they want. So, and then in that way, they will find a manager who they know could match their vision. So I think not until our club structure is really set, I don't believe any manager could really come in and just just start. I mean, I mean, you let me know. I mean, but that is
No,
just
no,
my
you're right. I do think I think the names that have been floated about Kieran McKenna, De Zerbi,
uh,
um, Thomas Tuchel, just to name a few.
yeah.
I don't see any of them coming in to hit the ground running because we do have the structure in place. We need to trim and reinvest in the squad. The squad we've had, I think, is four different managers have bought players that are currently in the squad between Jose, Ole, and, no, rather than Bayern, Ten Hag, and somebody else. Help me here about.
But say it again.
I think it's about 4 or 5 managers have players in the squad.
Yeah. Jose,
Jose,
Ten Hag,
Ten
um,
Hag, Ole,
Ole, yeah. Um, I don't think it have any from Van Hal. I don't think so.
the Marcus,
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. You can call yeah. Marcus, right? Yeah. Van Hal have some Jose Ole, yeah. Because I know Ragnick didn't bring anybody,
yeah.
right? So he's
So you
yeah.
have four different
Four.
managers
Mm,
who have influence on this squad,
yeah.
you know. And now Greg is now saying that Luke Shaw is actually yes, he's right.
Yeah. But
Luke
yes,
Shaw is a
right. So
buy and Luke Shaw.
right.
So you have four managers
Mm,
over the last, let's say, 10 years
yeah.
that have had players in this squad.
Mm,
We had to trim the fat. We had to get rid of the players that are not making sense anymore.
no.
This boy too, Marshall is a Van Hal signing.
Yes. 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 Wait. No. Marshall.
Yes, Marshall is a Van Hal signing.
Marshall came in. Yes. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Marshall is a Van Hal signing.
Yes. 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 Because yes. Yes. True. Because
So,
every I think most people that came with Jose left. Um.
mm,
Yeah. Most
well,
people that came with Jose left already. Because like Do you
No,
hear that? Yeah,
Gallo is
right.
a who's
Dallo's still here because Dallo's still here. Um, Lindelof.
Yeah,
Um,
that he
those
might be
people.
doing it too.
Yeah, I
Because
think
Bailly not there anymore,
no,
and mm,
because Bayer already
Damian not
gone.
there anymore.
No.
Damian and gone.
Yeah,
Pogba
yeah,
and gone.
yeah. Just
Zlatan
two.
gone.
Is it two? Just yeah, just
So, alright.
Dallo and Lindelof. Yeah, that came in on the
So
booking.
again, Harry coming under Ole.
Yeah.
So we have four different managers that have influence in the squad.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. We had to get it right. We had to fix it.
Yeah, that's
Now,
fair.
are we going to get that um are we going to get that clear out that we want during the summer transfer window? I don't think so. I
No,
think the most we might get is 5 players.
I think it's three. I honestly believe it's a three.
No, but we going to get more than three because if all from all reports, Casemiro is set to leave to go to Saudi.
Right,
Varane is already gone.
right,
Martial is at the end of his contract.
right.
So that's three already.
Mm-hmm. Sancho.
Um, Sancho is probably going to be sold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has to go
So
because
that's
I don't
four.
think he can come back. I think Sancho has built that bridge, and I don't think and I don't believe that Ten Hag will go back on his word.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't think he will go back. I don't think it would take a lot of mediation between Sancho and Ten Hag for that to come back together like in the team.
Hmm.
Because I don't think from everything that has happened since Sancho left till now, I don't believe that
My personal opinion is Sancho
um,
valuable. We go leave that on the side.
correct. And then there is the question of he who shall not be named.
Hmm. He who shall. Oh,
Mm,
I think that he let him stay in Getafe. Let him. That is Getafe in? I think it's gonna Getafe in.
yeah,
Is
I believe
Getafe?
so. Yes, I believe so. Yes.
Whichever team it is in Spain,
Yeah.
I've watched a couple of them their games. He's had a pretty decent season.
Mm,
Let him stay and do his thing. I think for all the things that he's done, he's not been proven guilty. And while the court of public opinion may find him guilty, in the
mm,
court of law, he's not
yeah.
been found guilty. So he's allowed to live his life how he sees fit,
Yeah.
regardless of whether or not we agree or not.
I think I I wouldn't mind, but I think if it is that we have to have a fresh start, I think if
Mm,
Ineos wants a fresh start, then it have to be a fresh start. I think
mm,
for any kind of real success with Ineos and going forward, I think within the next say 2 years, maybe three, most of the players that I hear now should not be here.
mm,
Like you should take 4 or 5 players and build your team around that.
mm, mm,
And like I say, players that were here under Jose, under Oli, I think bar maybe Bruno. I think Bruno and Bruno Martinez, maybe Onana should be here in 3 years' time.
right.
And I think most other players should either not be here or on the way out. Like
Fair
anybody
enough.
who is like over the age of 28 years old and you were here in a previous, because you know how it is. Like you have to get rid of like we keep saying we have to get rid of people,
Mm.
to have a fresh start. Keep the youngsters, keep keep the new kids, keep the youngsters.
No, but you also need seasoned pros around them, eh?
Yes,
So,
yes, for sure.
so
But if you have it,
it's a balancing
yeah,
act.
have to be. But I think
No?
you need to bring in pros who you know can fit the system, not who can fit the manager. Because
Hmm.
that's why we need that director of football to be set. So like that. That way he will know if we are gonna play. Let's just say we are gonna
Hmm.
play um 4-4-2 football for the next 5 years. Okay,
Hmm.
this is what we're gonna do. You you bring in players for that system. So even if you bring in pros for that system, you bring in pros who will add to the system, who already have experience and who are winners. Not bringing in players just to fit a manager who may or may not be here the next 2 years. Because football is fickle. As fans,
Hmm.
we are fickle. The media is fickle. Everybody's fickle. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So yeah.
I just want to respond to this great comment here.
Mm,
Greg, as the old people say, right? Is now what you know is what you could prove. And
mm,
unfortunately, in that particular situation, the Crown chose not to prosecute. For a number of different reasons, we don't know what the inside reason was. We weren't there. We could
mm,
only repeat what has been reported in the news. They chose not to continue with the prosecution because the main witness was withdrawn and they've now discovered some discrepancies in certain things. All right, cool. Just because we see audio on, the photos or whatever, again, he has not been convicted in a court of law.
mm,
He's allowed as a citizen of any country to continue his profession regardless of how we feel,
mm.
right? So
All right. Well,
I'll leave it
let
at
me
that.
let me go through some more comments before we move on to next topic. Mark Lewis saying, "I did cool and humble." Mark Lewis, you are a liar. You're never cool or humble, Mark Lewis. Okay, stop it. All right. You understand? Let's see. Chad is saying Ten Hag in. You know, nice, nice, nice. Oh, I saw a comment, and now I cannot find it. Where is if I see it, I'll make sure I bring it up.
What the
Um,
best and the worst moments of the season? That
yeah,
one?
yeah, yes, I was coming to that. Yeah. Greg B is saying, I think UB were into him talking about Mason and and let's see, and if you are going to change, change it up. Mark Lewis is saying he behaved himself. Very good, very good. And I saw Greg made a comment to Martin Phillip about those 115, 115,
So
115.
I think we discussed it some time ago when the news first broke. And I
Mm.
said on the program at the point in time, these charges are not going to be heard till 2030.
Mr. 115. Yes, yes, yes. I don't care. Martin Phillip, you're my friend. You're my friend. But your team are a bunch of thieves, liars,
They're
usurpers.
not, I can tell you, the City Group is going to drag out this till 2030.
Uh,
Watch and see something.
no, no, I
Watch
mean,
and see something.
I ain't saying no, I'm not saying no, I'm not saying no, I'm not saying no. But I will say this, right? For as good as Man City was this year showed, right? This year showed that Man City are not invincible. They are not. They are mortal. They are a mortal team that can't be beaten.
Yeah.
You know,
But again, I expect that Pep is going to go into the market
of course he
and
is.
buy two, three pieces because Doku looks like a player. Um, he does the things that Grealish used to be doing. So
Yes.
I was kind of confused, but Pep knows what he's doing, and I
Well,
expect that. they're going to get another attacking midfielder because
No.
De Bruyne did have a relatively okay season, but it
Mm,
wasn't a great season by his standards.
right.
I suspect they're probably going to get a keeper because I'm hearing rumors that Edison is scheduled to leave.
Mm.
So Pep is going to be doing some work. The
Yeah,
question is whether or not, you know, we're going to see if how best he's going to rebuild his squad. We don't know what moves Liverpool is going to make because the new coach has not been installed officially as yet. I
yeah.
expect that with the windfall that Aston Villa is getting from participating in the Champions League and
Mm.
coming, I think they came third or fourth in the league. They're going to go into the market and get some players too. So I expect that everybody's going to improve the squad. We need to improve ours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, true, true, true. Now, we have. I mean, I have to congratulate us. Obviously, we won the FA Cup. Man City, you all won the Premier League. Liverpool won the
Robert, stop. Robert, stop.
what
Robert,
what
stop before
what?
you stop the direction that you're going in.
Where am I going?
And you're
Where am I?
going to go behind the Arsenal fans.
No,
Leave them alone
you know
now.
what? No,
Leave.
no. Let me tell you why. Right? Let me tell you why. No, you know why? Tell you why. I tell
I'm
you
going
why.
to drink water. I'm going to drink water and mind my business. Huh?
Yeah, I
Okay.
tell you why. No, I tell you why. Why we must always, always, always laugh at Arsenal. Always. We were told that is the best Arsenal squad ever in life. Right now, I saw a comment, from President Shah talking about the best moments of the season. You know what was my best moment of the season?
Mm-hmm.
The final game. Seeing Declan Rice, the greatest CDM of all time, crying. There was Martin Odegaard, the greatest CDM, crying. There was Saliba and Gabriel, the greatest duo. They compare themselves to Vich and Ferdinand. How dare they? These are bastards. There's a thing, right, Courtney, called football heritage. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Guys in the group, guys in the comments, you all know football heritage. Greg B knows about football heritage. We have football heritage. We are winners.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal heritage is what? Losers. They are a bunch of losers. These guys celebrating coming second. You are number two, right? Number two and Pooh is the same thing. Is it not? Is it not? I am sorry. You can't not leave Arsenal. You have to laugh at them. Because I remember when Arsenal fans were saying that Odegaard was greater than Bruno Fernandes. They had Bruno was a crier, whatever, fine. But who won a trophy? Who won a trophy? Who have a trophy? I remember when Saka was his star boy. Oh, Ganacho, he's a M. Who have a trophy? It's not Saka because Saka was on crutches. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And you must always laugh at Arsenal. You must never forget. Never forget. Never forget. Never forget. And to me, that was the best moment of the season. Seeing Arsenal fans cry again. Because I'll tell you one thing, right? They said how they are waiting until Pep leaves, right? To try and win Premier League. We just beat Pep yesterday, right? With our
Right.
so-called worst Manchester team ever. And we beat Pep in a final. So what is
Well, is
our
that one off?
no?
Is
What is
that
our
one?
reason?
No, no, no. Let
Remember,
me be fair.
remember, Arsenal went to their home, right? And came out with
Mm-hmm.
a nil-nil draw or an all draw. It was a draw, right? A draw.
Yeah.
They could have won that game. They chose to draw the game. Right?
Mm.
They chose. We beat Liverpool, right? We beat Liverpool this season. Beating Liverpool is not for everybody. Beating Man City is not for everybody. There's no trophy. There's no trophy. There's no trophy for second place.
All right, sir.
I'm
Take
just
win.
saying, I'm just saying,
Take
I'm
win.
just
Take
saying.
win. I can't fight you. I can't fight you.
Oh, have you all ever saw the great movie starring Will Ferrell? You know, he was the race car driver, Ricky Bobby. What did the man say? His
Talladega Nights.
father, yes, his father said, right? If you ain't first, you what? If you ain't first, you last. You last. And also, I have to give a big shout out, right? A big shout out to Chelsea for being the first team in the history of teams to roll up in a Europa League and go back out of Europa League in the same day. How?
The boy
How?
Robert. Wow.
No, but I remember these guys telling me, "Oh, you will never be in Europe." Well, who in Europe now? Who in Europe now is us. Not y'all, us. We did, man. It's called football heritage. Football heritage. Football heritage. But you know, I am done. I am done. No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. So, Courtney,
Hmm.
let me know your highlights for the whole season.
Um,
And feel
my best.
free to include hooking of Arsenal or Chelsea or Liverpool. Feel free. No, don't be humble. Don't be humble.
No, my best. My best moment of the season would have been lifting the FA Cup, just for the mere fact of the manner in which we won the FA Cup,
Mm-hmm.
because we had not looked like that for the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my worst moment for the season would have been that entire Champions League run.
Mm-hmm.
We
Oh,
did
just
not look. We didn't look. We didn't look like we had any ideas.
mm-hmm.
We looked out of place, and I think last season when he won the Carabao Cup and he came in the top four, we
Mm-hmm.
overachieved. And because we overachieved, we went into the season not only complacent, but looking for more, and we weren't ready for more.
Right.
So that would have been that's my highs and lows for the season.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Fair enough. And I was about this comment. Rice won more trophies at West Ham and Arsenal. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. You
We
know.
done not all there, boy. I can't with all there, boy. All it is go for the jugular.
Yes. Because this team to win nothing. Yes. 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 My second place. Quite true. Um, number two and wow, wow. Who said that? These Chargers are very very disrespectful kind of match. They're very
You
disrespectful.
say it
When
first.
when
You
when
said it in
hey
it.
hey
Let's
I was
Robert,
I
we
didn't
go
say
play back the tape. We can play back the tape. We have it on YouTube. We can
uh,
play back the tape. Don't do about that. Don't do about that. Don't do about
fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Let's see. We beat up the trophy. Yeah, before they did. We did. It what AC for the speed. Lord have
that.
mercy. Hey,
Hey, a
hey.
little wicked in here, boy. A little wicked
Um,
in here, boy.
very, very. Guys in the comments, just let us know your best moments of the season. Let us know your best moments, the highs, the lows. Try to saying all the Ganacho over the kick, true, and beating Liverpool in the FA Cup, yes. The worst was the Palace. Yeah, that 4-0 to Palace was a very very hard game. That was a hard game to watch. It was a hard game to experience. Um, it was hard. I think Greg B is saying, yep, that the boo. But I think for me, I have to say that Liverpool win was my highlight because just the way how the game was. Again, it was a game where we were supposed to lose. We came into that game. I believe we came into the game. I think we lost the game before. I believe so. Um, I can't remember, but I think so. But I know we came into that game on very poor form, and Liverpool were flying high because they were Liverpool, and we beat them 4-3. We beat these guys with kids. You know, we beat the Salah. The greatest man of all time, Salah. We beat him. We beat Liverpool 4-3, and it was a it was just the way how the game was, and it was like when it was a really good boxing matches. It was just blow for blow, blow for blow until we just came out and we said knockouts, you know, and nobody. I don't think even the most optimistic fan saw that coming. I think most of us would agree that we all, like in our hearts, that we were going to lose that game. So to win in that manner, it was beautiful. And what was more beautiful is Klopp. This, this. You have to be the biggest. I don't know.
I,
I
Here
don't know.
what? Here's my theory on that.
Yeah.
I think the hierarchy at Liverpool made a decision that he did not agree with,
Right.
and he said, "You know what? Yeah, I, I cool. I
Mm.
think this is my time to bow out." And he just let the fans know, "Hey, I bowing out from now."
Right.
I cannot see Klopp just getting up a morning and deciding, "Yeah, I good."
Mm.
Something happened in the background that we are not privy to
Right.
that forced this decision.
Right. Right. Well, let me ask you this: if Klopp did not announce he was leaving, do you think that Liverpool would have gone on to win the league this year?
Um, no, I don't think they had. Unlike the year when they won, I think that's 2019,
Yeah,
2020,
I think so. Yeah.
twenty twenty,
Yeah, I think so.
2020, when they won the league.
Yeah.
They don't have, they've not replaced Sadio Man, that Sadio Man, it's a player. They've not
Mm.
replaced, they've had defensive troubles where people know Trent's weaknesses and have started to exploit it.
Right. Yeah.
Um, they have not replaced, for all the things that we like to knock Henderson and his old age,
Mm.
they've not replaced Jordan Henderson in the middle of the
No.
park. So they've been a team in flux. Salah has not been the same Salah, So I don't think they would have won the league. Surprisingly, my two contenders at the beginning of the season have been Arsenal and Manchester City.
Right.
Liverpool wasn't on my radar at all.
Mm.
Um, and so said so done. They were 1-2. Unfortunately, Arsenal bottled it again. Well,
Right.
number no say
They did.
number no say they bottled it.
They did.
No,
They did.
no, look,
They did.
football is
I'm
played
sorry.
on the day.
Yes, it is.
Wait, wait.
It is.
Football is played on the day,
Yes, it
right?
is. Yeah.
They had a bad patch of form, and that was the end of their title run. But even though they had that bad patch of form, they were still right up on it until the last day.
Yeah.
So can we really say they bottled it? No, they didn't bottle it. They just, it was unfortunate that it slipped through their fingers. It's not like last year when they
Yeah.
just
It
cut
was
out.
an implosion. Yes, it was
Correct.
an implosion. Yeah. Last year was an
You know.
implosion. They did. They did. They did. You
So
know.
yeah. Best player Menu and Dallo, worst player Mount.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't agree with you there, Chad. Um, Mount has been injured.
Mhm.
You can't say the man is the worst player if he's been injured. Mount must play what? If Mount play 10 games for the season, Mount play plenty.
Well, the best ability, right, is availability. And the man is never available for nothing.
But then if we go in by that metric, then Martinez should be on the list.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I agree. I
You
agree.
know,
You
Shaw
know.
should be on the list because Shaw has
Oh
been
yeah,
out.
yeah. Of course. I mean, I agree. I mean,
Well, and the man who's starring on the list has to be Malacia if we go in by that metric. That metric. So Malacia ain't even pouring the kit for this season.
Malasia is a man who can see Pep. He's the guy, right? He's the guy who's hung up next to the man with the cover. He's that guy, right? He's that guy. He ain't doing nothing but getting all the money. Nah, says a
Right?
super poker boy. Yeah, yeah, boy. No. For real.
Um,
That man took a living for the whole year and did nothing. I applaud you. Malasia, I applaud you. Malasia needs to come to Trinidad and teach a seminar on how to get work, how to get money and do nothing for a whole year. You understand? I mean, I don't know. That guy was awesome. But I would say, yeah, I mean, Martinez should have been around more. I mean, be it his by our staff and so on. Yes, they did
is-
let him down,
is-
but he wasn't there.
mhm,
And
mhm.
at the end of the day, if you're not there, you can't be put on the list of best players because you weren't there. You know what I mean?
But you can't also be put on the list of worst players because it wasn't there.
You were the
My
captain.
my my worst player for the season, it will be between Marcus Rashford
Mm-hmm.
and oh boy, probably Anthony.
All right. Mm. Um, I would say yes to Marcus, and because the reason why I would say Marcus yes is because of what he did the year before, and it was just a humongous drop off. Because we know that you are better than this. We know that. We saw it. Just last year,
No, but
we
even
saw
if
it.
he had granted, yes, he had a monster season last year, right?
Mhm.
I didn't expect that he was going to have another monster season,
You know,
but I expected a certain level of consistency.
yes, and he had none. It just went off a cliff.
You know, Marcus couldn't run past a turtle.
Except Gial. All of a sudden, he did with guilt. But no, man, I'm sorry. I will keep saying it.
The
Women are
views expressed by
slaves.
Robert Wallace are not the views of the United Hour or
Slave.
anybody associated with the
I
United.
will tell fellas, leave girls alone. Leave girls alone. Leave them all alone. Leave all of them alone. All of them all. If you are a man and you are weak, leave girls alone. Marcus Rashford is a weak man. He's a weak man. He needs to leave
I'm
girls
not
alone.
going down that road with you, Robert. No, no, I'm not going down that road with you. You're
Oh,
by your
yeah.
whole self, you will stay by yourself. Right?
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I would agree. I would agree, and I would say, I mean, I would put Menu as a breakthrough star.
Hmm.
Like breakthrough star of the year to me, it had to be Menu because
Hmm.
I think during the preseason we saw little glimpses of it, and when he came back from injury, and I think what helped him a lot is that when he came back from injury, our midfield was so poor that just him being there, you know, he, I guess he didn't have the I'm not saying that he didn't have the pressure, right, of being a youth coming into the team, but I think because of where we were, people gave him more of a chance to
To
build,
play.
to play, yes, to play, right,
He
and
got
he was able
he
to
unprecedented minutes this season.
exactly, and he was able to do things like he was able to express himself a lot more because people wouldn't have blamed him if things went wrong with the team because the team was going wrong before he even came along. right? So
Mm-hmm.
even if he did something that didn't work out, people wouldn't you can say, well, yeah, well, Menu is the reason why. So he had time to work through his his errors. He had a lot of time to work on his game and playing so many games coming back. I think it just gave him a great platform to showcase his real talent. And now he is where he is to the point that Casemiro can't even get back in the team. To the point that Scott now have to play as a false nine. Because before back in the days, right? Scott would have gone right there.
The McFred.
Yeah, so and the fact that this guy has kept so many players out the team, even as much as Mason Mount has been out, when he came back in, he came back in as a sub behind Menu. You understand? So I would put Menu as the breakout star of the year. And to me, I think my best player of the year, honestly, had to be Ganacho. Because for a youth man who I believe is 19 years old, the man played almost every game for us, almost every game for the whole season. I mean, he just play and play and play. And yes, there were days where there were games, sorry, where you saw that he was burnt out, but he was still on the field. He was still doing things more than Rashford, Anthony, um, so many other players who are supposed to be on a higher level than Garnacho. Yet Garnacho showed them that he grew up this year. Like this year, he matured into young man that we hope he will be. So my hope is that next season, you know, the he grows into his 2006 CR7 mode. That year when CR7 said, fellas are here. I want Garnacho to
Mm.
come and say, fellas are here next year. That's what I want. I want him to come and say, fellas are here.
Yeah, but you see the difference with that 2006 CR7
He
and
had
the
many, yeah. I want him
2020, the 2025, 2024, 2025 Manchester United team
here.
is the characters around him.
Yes, correct.
CR7 had Vidic, Rio, Ryan Giggs,
Yeah.
Paul Scholes,
Mm.
you know, Patrice Evra, seasoned professionals
Yeah.
around him, serial winners, men who understood what it took to. Even Roy Keane was there for a little while,
Yes.
and that understood what it took to win. You understand? And they had a never say die mentality. We might be losing a game, but we're not losing the game. Because let's be real, it's football. You can lose a game,
Yes.
but the manner in which we lose
Mm-hmm.
is just as important
Yes.
as the manner in which we win.
Yes, correct.
I don't know if this current squad has that type of player in it.
Mm. No,
They're
not
not in
yet.
the majority. They're in the minority.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Right?
I could say yeah. I mean I could say that yes, but but I hope he steps up, and plays a bigger role. I hope he takes all that he has learned this season. Because
Mm.
it is it is lessons I learned when you're down. Those are the times that you really see who you really are. And I hope
Yeah.
he takes what that he had learned this year and apply it to next year. Because I
Yeah.
do believe that once things go well, you know, regardless of if we keep Ten Hag or not, I think
Well,
next season we may
nah,
have.
you can't say that.
No, I
You
I I
see,
I also think like well, I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, all right. Let me rephrase. My hope would be that with everything that will happen with Ineos and so on, my hope would be that next season we would make not necessarily a step up in going from eighth to fourth, because I don't think we have what it takes to get fourth next season. I don't think so.
Mm,
I don't think so. If we do, glory be. But I think our metric should be to move from eight, even if we stay at eight, even if we go from eight to eight, because the Premier League right now, every team is improving. Every team, right? So no longer any team has a divine right to any place. Look at Aston Villa; they are in fourth, right? So no team has a divine right to no place in the league, none. So even if we go from eight to eight, right? If I could see the player on the field that improve, like we could see, what we have a plan. This is the way how we move in. Then that to me would be enough for me.
mm,
I think this year has taught me that I need to put my fan heart, in a box like Davy Jones. Just put it in a box and just leave it right there for now and understand where we are, and not get too crazy. You understand? We are going through the paces right now, and we gotta know where we are. You know, so
correct.
so yeah,
Correct.
you know.
Mhm.
But we are at the end of the show. So any closing remarks, Courtney? I mean, what are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward towards for next season?
I'm hoping that we get this front office stuff finally sorted and those people can get into the club and make the necessary changes. I don't see it happening in one window. It's
Mm,
going to be a progressive thing, so it's going to take us at least two, maybe three windows to get everything in again.
mm,
Um, I hope that we do our business early.
mm,
We need to get two centre backs, a left back, a defensive midfielder, probably a right wing,
mm,
and another striker. So that's what, two, three, four, five, six players.
mm,
We need to get six players in the door. I don't know if we will get all six.
mm.
Um, we have some players that we need to move out. You know, thanks Christian Eriksen.
Yeah.
Um, I think he's been a great professional, but I don't think he can play in a Manchester United team anymore.
Mm.
He may be better suited for somebody maybe mid-table or on the lower end of the table.
All right.
Um, thank you, Johnny Evans. You know, you did our job that
True.
we really didn't want you to do, but you know, you come in and you're feeling our whole. No, we like be real.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Evans was supposed to be a stopgap measure, you know. I
Yeah.
might have played a 2, 3 game,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of vibe. Johnny Evans played almost half the season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would like to see Harry continue to play in our squad. I think he's a good central defender. If he has a good partner,
Mm.
somebody who he trusts to do what needs to be done,
Yeah.
um, we need to sort out that medical stuff. Fire that man that they bring from Arsenal.
Yes. Thank you very
God,
much. Yes. Yeah. Mm.
God, the man heavy. Um, and you know, let Ineos finally publicly back the manager.
Yeah. Yes. They
You
should.
understand?
Mm.
Come out and say, look, we understand that he didn't have a good season, but we have faith in him to get the job done. And if it is that during the next 6 months we see something that needs to change, we would then change it. But for now, he
Mm.
has our faith and confidence.
Yeah.
You
Very good.
understand?
Very good. Very
And
good.
once they could trim the squad to get rid of them, the bad influences that I think we have in the dressing room, and
Yeah.
the people who there to collect our salary and not there to actually play,
Mm.
kill them that they have a government job,
Yeah.
I think we'd be in a better place. We may not be able to challenge for the top four,
Mm.
but we would at least be competitive in the league.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
I
And
think
I
it's going to take us about 2 seasons to actually
mm,
challenge for the
mm,
top four.
mm. All right. And one last question:
Mhm.
is Arsenal better than Spurs?
Of old,
Yes.
Spurs of old, I don't think Spurs ever really bottled the league in that kind of way, though. In,
Yeah,
in,
but
in my years of watching football, I don't think Spurs was ever, except for 1 or 2 seasons, serious contenders for the league.
yeah, but they're both losers, right?
Yeah, look, Spurs is a direct result of their environment,
Uh,
their ownership, and this new Italian. Conte said it, they won out Conte. Jose
mm-hmm.
said it, they won out Jose. And
Mm.
this new guy, I
From
forget
us,
the Italian.
or from Australia.
Oh, he's Australian. I thought it was
Yeah.
because the last name I thought he was Italian.
Nah, he's from Australia. Yeah, Australia.
He said it again that
Yeah.
they never won anything, so they don't know how to win.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can tell you, I expect Arsenal to get better. And it pains me to say it,
Mm, yeah, 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 yeah,
but
yeah.
but I expect Arsenal because they're getting closer and closer and closer.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
next year might actually be their year. You never know.
Yes, yes, yes. Very true. Very true. Very true.
Uh-huh.
Very true. I hope not, but
What
very true.
what I think one of the major disappointments for this season, and this is outside of United, was that none of the 3 teams that were promoted stayed in the league. I
Mm,
was really hoping that Luton Town got to stay
mm,
because
mm.
I like them. They're a nice little feisty team,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
unfortunately, they didn't stay up.
No, no, no. 'Cause I think this season showed that um even if you get a little small injection of money, I think every single team in the league has improved in some point, like in some capacity, from Palace to Everton. Every team has improved in some way
Hmm.
from the year before, and I think it'd be hard for the three teams that come up next season. I think it'd be
Well,
very hard for them to
I
stay.
think it's
Leicester,
Sunderland, Leicester. Who's the next one, buddy?
I'm not sure. I'm not too sure.
I know Sunderland beat Leeds today.
Mm, yeah,
Well, when you're not sure, you know who's your friend.
yeah. Google.
Correct.
Mm, you know.
When it was 2024. Who win the playoff finals? I just need to know who's the promoted teams.
Yeah. Unless that final is
Now, the final was today.
okay.
I just trying to figure out who was the other winner.
Okay.
Because I know Leicester won the league
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and
Sunderland came second, I believe.
Sunderland. Well, remember, the winners get automatically promoted.
Mm-hmm.
And the next 4 teams just do the playoff thing. So I
Mm-hmm.
know Sunderland is one, but I can't remember who was the next one. Anyway, whoever it is. So
Yeah.
whoever them 3 teams are,
Mm.
um, I hope that next season, they give us a proper fight and at least one of them
Yes.
stay
Yeah.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Because the divide between the EFL and the Premier League is getting a lot wider.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. 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 But oh, Martin had to tell us what happened on the final.
Yeah, Southampton. Well, we know it's less than Southampton. I just can't remember who the third team is. Because I think they played about 2 weeks ago and they sorted it out.
Mm. You know. But I have to say,
It's Switch.
it's rich. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, with
it's
Kieran.
Switch.
Yeah, with Kieran, right? Yes, 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 yes,
Yes. Yeah. So
yes,
yeah, and I actually looking forward to see if he's smart, he will stay with Ipswich.
yes, yes, yes. But football again is very, very, very fickle. Today you are the star boy. Tomorrow you are nobody.
Stay with Ipswich, learn your time, learn the league,
Mm-hmm.
And then if you have to move at the end of the season, move.
Yeah. Do not
Um,
go Chelsea because Chelsea will destroy your career in a one.
well, I see Vincent Company is
Gone
in
Bayern.
shortlist for Bayern.
Yeah.
He confirmed in Bayern.
I believe so. I believe so. I believe I,
Vincent
I,
Company
I
is a
believe so.
Vincent Company is a madman. But anyway,
Mhm.
we will talk about that on another Sunday.
Yes, 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 definitely, definitely. You know, but thank you very much for everybody for coming out today. It was a late show today, but we had to come back out after we won the FA Cup final. We had to come and do a show. Courtney, thank you very much for coming out.
No
You know,
problem, man.
everybody in the comments, Martin and Chad and Greg, Mark Lewis, and everybody in the comments, thank you very much. And you know, as usual, if you guys like the content, make sure like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? And so, as Chad was always say, um, I can't remember what you say. I want a blank oak. Oh my word! Hey,
Oh, Robert.
yeah, boy,
Wow.
old age boy, old age is a scene.
All right. Yeah, blame it on the age.
Yeah, 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 yeah. How to be Red Devils. If you don't, yes, Red Devils. If you don't die, you multiply. You understand? Good night, everybody.
Hey, if you appreciate what we're doing here at the United Hour, please like, please subscribe, and let's grow this community.